I am back.
Hello.
Is everybody emotionally, if not physically, prepared?
I've not heard Stiiv, but there's an ambulance outside. We think we've heard about his predicament.
Oh, they're coming for Stiiv.
Maybe.
Who's coming for Stiiv?
The ambulance.
Our house.
I feel like I was getting ready to do something. Oh, if we are all back and ready to reconvene, Pirate Matey gets up from being prone and he starts trying to run away from Kymir. There's some bushes, and he's not immediately visible anymore. But you can hear him. I mean, you could see, like, Kymir could totally see that he went into some bushes.
Okay.
Which means you guys are out of initiative order.
I will make my way back down to the group.
Yeah. Can I give Stiiv some tasty bacon?
You can totally give Stiiv some tasty bacon.
I crumble it up into his mouth for him. Right, hang on a minute. Wait a minute. I'll get there in a minute.
Steve's like lying, near death on the ground. Shira's like, I'll get there in a minute.
I'll find it in a minute in the bottom of my bag.
Well, let me get this stuff. So
yeah.
7 points of healage. Stiiv, your eyes open, the salty goodness of bacon still crumbled on your lips.
Still laying prone, staring up at the sky.
Yeah.
Without moving, he just says, I told you guys it was this way.
Yeah.
Your legs are still a bit wrecked.
Not as wrecked as the donkey.
The donkey is 100% wrecked.
Donkey's flat.
Mm-hmm. The donkey is absolutely flat. It's like almost like a Stiiv sandwich. It was like the donkey on the bottom, Stiiv, and then the boulder on top.
Donkey jam.
So Stiiv is kind of on foot. But Kymir and Shaefira, you still have your donkeys.
It'd be cool to make a donkey carry too, even though I am a halfling. But if Stiiv,
Wait.
his legs are bad, he can have the donkey and I'll walk.
No, I was just gonna say you could drape me over the back of your donkey like you did with the bandit and use me as lumbar support.
Oh yeah, actually that's a really good idea. Just make sure you don't prick me with your horns.
Yeah, and try not to, if you get a stiff neck, somebody can give you some whiskey. ease the pain.
Yeah, I've got 2 bottles.
Did you mark which one was poisoned?
I didn't think any of them was poisoned.
I guess the whiskey's okay.
Yeah.
It's just the rum that's poisoned.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. We'll get Stiiv onto the back of the donkey. Yeah. Kymir.
Yeah.
I'm a teeny halfling. Okay.
All right, I'll come and give you an hand. Okay. Should I mention that one of the guys is dead and the other one's run off? Well, limped off.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Right, so one of the guys died and one of them limped off.
What died?
The boulders continue just kind of rolling lackadaisical to the southeast in the direction that Stiiv used to be pointing before he got squished. Are you pointing now, Stiiv?
I've just got an image of him over the donkey
Just for
with like
fun,
one hand
yes.
stuck out.
Yeah, like just one arm just pointed out.
He's still pointing that way, and that's the direction that the boulder's going, but then it hits like what looks like kind of a rock ledge, and it rolls over the side and ploops out of sight.
The runaway boulder ramp.
To the east of you, there's a copse of very large old trees blocking your path and view. You see the path continues the way that Stiiv is pointing. You also see what looks like it might be a foot trail headed back west, leading off of part of this path. This little bit here.
So that's the shortcut we would have taken.
All right. Not my fault.
Hey, it was me that said, let's go the long way round.
Pair of us should have listened to Stiiv. I still don't trust that something wouldn't have happened if we'd have gone that way, though.
Oh, like something didn't happen when we went this way.
Shush you.
So you see the road. It seems to go to the southeast, and it continues to curve around the heavy forest. Turn to bend out of sight. Are you following
Go
the
that way.
road?
Well, Stiiv was pointing that way, so I guess we should
Yeah.
Okay.
keep going
You'll
southeast.
let that one bandit get away.
Well, you know, we might end up catching up to him anyway.
That's true.
Right, Stiiv, you're with her, so you're gonna have to go with her.
I had to say, I don't have much of a
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Shaefira's running off ahead again, and you're like, no!
Kymir, you need to go in the front.
Oh, no, it worked out so much better last time when I didn't. It's going north
can.
again then.
It's a little bit more visible on the small map, how everything looks. Because
Okay.
the big version I kind of truncated for size. You see that the road, it curves around again and starts heading north once more, which is not the direction that Stiiv is pointing. But you see that there's heavy forest to the east and no road, and you can't see through it.
Okay, so probably not a good idea to try and cut through then.
This time I'll agree with you.
Then we should. Well, if we continue to follow the road, we might catch up with the limping bandit.
Hmm? DM's quiet. I feel she's.
I'm just revealing the map.
Yeah, of course you are.
You can see more stuff. So the road continues to stretch to the north. It's windy a little bit, and it's going up past the other side of this peak. Is everybody where Kymir is?
Oh, it's
No,
actually
I'm a little bit
just-
behind.
What is that thing to the north? That looks like a catapult.
A thing to the north. You see a thing to the north that looks like a sign by the roadside.
Oh, thank God for that.
Sundial.
A sign.
Before it got revealed, it looked like a giant crossbow pointing at me.
Like
You have
a trebuchet.
ballistas, aren't you?
A
Yep.
catapult with more giant rocks.
Mm-hmm. All I need.
So if you're where Kymir is, otherwise Kymir is the only one who should do a perception check in the tower. Kymir, to the northeast of you, through it looks like there's shrubbery. You think you can tell that the shrubbery seems to be lighter here. It's not so heavy. You think people could travel through it. You also hear what you think is the sound of a flute.
From which direction?
Northeast of you.
Okay.
Like you think that that's a clearing. On the smaller map. I'm unleashing it a little bit more.
And we'll look at Stiiv and say, so we should go northeast, I guess, because it's kind of heading back towards the coast.
That way.
Is he pointing to the southeast? Still. It's where Kong's Folly is.
Well, I mean, the ocean is not just a fixed point. There's a large bit of it. So, yeah, vaguely eastward.
The ocean's to the east. Kong's Folly, Steve's kind of like, you're now a little bit north, though, of where Kong's Folly is on the coast.
Okay, and you
As far
say
as Steve is concerned.
so the shrubbery to the east looks lighter as if we could get through it.
Yeah, and that's where you hear some flute music.
All right, guys. Do we want to follow the road or do we want to go east where I can hear music?
And I guess I should say again, there is the signpost to the north.
I suppose we could go check what the signpost says.
This way lies death.
Well, that
gonna,
could be any direction.
Let me check the other map.
She's checking which direction death is in.
I'm just checking that the next map actually includes this stretch as well, so that it gives you a better viewpoint. And so I'm going to switch over to that one, unless you say, please, no, don't.
All right, decisions.
Okay, where are you in the other map?
Thought we already made our decisions. Go east.
But do we want to cut through the forest or do we want to keep following the road?
Well, if you cut through the forest, that's where you get to hunt for meat. But that's an Oregon Trail.
Why are you so small? Oh, that's because the map is really small. Okay. I have a different grid shape on this map, apparently, and the grid is much smaller. So suddenly you're all the tiny. So this next map will be a shock to the system because you're so much smaller.
It's going to make us feel inferior.
Okay, let's try sharing it this map. Does that give a better impression of the surrounding area?
Hang on. Oh, okay. Wow, really small.
Yeah.
I've been told you're not supposed to say things like that around halflings.
I feel like we should just keep following the road then. Unless you want to risk cutting through, but
I have no idea what's the best.
As someone who's just laying on his stomach across the back of a donkey, I would vote for the road because I don't like getting beaten with branches and
right, so we're cutting through. No. All right, then we'll keep heading north, yeah, and check out the sign.
All right. So you ride up to the signpost within reading distance. About here.
Well, to be fair, if Kymir is all like me, I'd have to be there.
With glasses on and still complaining she can't see it. He, rather, sorry.
A B or a D? Sorry.
I'm just gonna pretend I have the slightest clue what's happening.
So where you are, you're looking at the fork. You see that the road splits off to the west and to the east. And the branch of the signpost pointing west has an arrow aimed in that direction labeled Kurosawa 21 miles. Below it, an arrow pointing east reads Conk's Folly, 2 miles. Which, while it isn't the exact same direction that Stiiv is pointing from his slump on the back of the donkey, it's still east in the direction of like the ocean.
What did the other sign say again? Sorry.
Kurosawa is 21 miles, and that's the western fork of the road. And
Okay.
then there's also a signpost branch pointing south that's labeled that says Saltmarsh, 6 miles. And that's basically back the way you came.
Right. Then I guess we adhere to the sign. And
Everybody roll a perception check.
Oh.
I feel like that should at least be at disadvantage for me flopping around on the back of a donkey.
You might be at that level. You might actually have a more unique view of things.
The carriage of my donkey.
A unique view. Yeah, exactly. The undercarriage
balls.
of the donk.
Maybe
I
it's
have
a
a
girl.
unique view of the donk's donk.
Did the donkey eat a lot of corn today? Are you rolling, Stiiv?
It can't be any worse than mine.
I beg to differ.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, the donkey balls seem unusually hairy.
No.
that's all that Stiiv notices. But Kymir, because you are on the case, you can still hear the flute music from the copse, the little outcropping to the southeast of you now. But where the road seems to curve around, it seems to curve around this space where the flute music is coming from, and you think that's a clearing that's surrounded by shrubbery and trees. To the slight northeast of you, you see a trio of giant ants carrying peaches in their pincers as they march toward a cave to the east. And they're coming from the westerly direction back where you saw that peach tree.
Okay, ants like peaches. Okay, so we need to follow the road east. That's where the sign was pointing. For Conk's Folly. Yeah. And you said I could hear the flute still, but it was coming more southeast, but we don't know if the road's gonna move down. Do we care who's playing the flute? Depends on if they're by themselves or not.
Let me just throw this out from Harry Donkey Ball viewpoint. Normal, sane, happy people don't play the flute in the middle of nowhere with bandits.
Maybe they don't know they're bandits. They could be like busy having their rave or whatever and haven't noticed that there's a bunch of bandits like scurrying through the forest headed to Conk's Folly.
I reckon it's a bunch of youths from Saltmarsh breaking all the rules about social distancing and having a flute rave in the forest.
Absolutely. It's all the kids from Saltmarsh having a party.
Find them 3,000 platinum pieces.
You could probably get away with it now with Eleander dead.
That's true, yeah.
Okay, so 2 choices. Type an R in chat if you want to follow the road. Type C in chat if you want to investigate the clearing. Or A if you want to investigate the ants.
No, I feel like the ants should be left to do what they need to do. You know,
Yeah,
I've got no problem with them getting ants. Yep, they can have the peaches.
Okay, so we follow the road.
So
You
we follow
head west.
east.
I mean east, yeah, east.
Yeah.
Directions are so hard.
Whew.
The ants continue off in a straight line. East, good lord, towards a cave that you can now tell. It's a fairly large entrance to a cave. And the ants just truck along in single file toward it. You curve around this bend. Adjust yourselves accordingly as you follow the road.
Well, I'm riding Shaefira's donkey butt.
Well, Shaefira, I won't stand for that. Your butt does not look anything like a donkey. So I still hear the flute. Is it coming to the south of me now?
Yes, the flute sound has not dissipated. You can tell there's still a clearing. Everybody, roll a perception check if you choose to do so into the tower.
Hang on. My tower was blocked by my map.
Stiiv still focusing on how hairy those donkey balls are. But not only does Shaefira now hear the flute music, Kymir can still hear it coming from some kind of clearing you think is to your southeast. You see Kymir and Shaefira. You spot Pirate Matey scurrying away, and they seem to be skulking along the side of that clearing and dodge out of sight into it.
Just gonna call back over my shoulder. Stiiv, that guy who squished you is just up ahead.
I think he can stay there.
But you don't want to squish him back?
Actually, while I have been bouncing, would I be able to gnaw on some tasty bacon?
Yes.
Oh, it didn't give it to me manually. I mean, vengeance leads to a nasty cycle that never ends. Someone has to break the cycle.
This totally sounds. Who is Stiiv? Where's the real Stiiv? Will the real Stiiv please stand up?
The real Stiiv has 13 hit points and would like to not die again.
Man, if only there was a shrine somewhere in this damn forest.
Dude, you've got. You died like once. How close have I come to dying so many times?
Of course, back when you died so many times, you actually had a cleric in the party.
That's true, yes.
Oh, you drowned too? I didn't know that.
No, that was before we got together. That don't count.
Judging by the green lines on my face and the crown of thorns, it kind of does.
So you're just continuing to follow the road.
Yeah, I mean,
almost like
probably have a
almost like
peek
that.
to the south. Sorry, Stiiv.
You peek through the
No,
bushes.
it's all.
Does somebody want to stealth peek through the bushes?
Oh, okay.
I guess.
I back up.
What's the horse now? The donkey. Is he on his own 2 feet or?
Oh, the bandit? He was on his own 2 feet.
No, Stiiv.
Oh,
Stiiv.
Stiiv, he's still dangling
No, I
off
think
the
Stiiv
donkey?
is still there.
I mean, I haven't gotten off the donkey.
He's still dangling on the donkey.
To be fair, I think Shaefira has popped off the donkey, Stiiv. I don't think she can sneak on it.
So was there going to be stealth peeking?
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure where though.
I think in the clearing, like where the bandit disappeared.
Where the
That's what it
flute's being
sounded
played.
like.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Roll a stealth check in the tower. All right, so you peek through the clearing. And I'm going to share a map with what you see. Or I'll just tell you, because this is a lot of work to just be telling you stuff. You peek through the clearing, and you see a collection of 4 satyrs playing music around a clearing that has 3 large stones. Here's
They
a
ask you to
representative.
dance. So yeah.
Yeah. So here's a representative guy. There's one of them seems to be kind of the leader, who's playing a pipe, and the other 3 are dancing. One of them that's dancing catches sight of you, Shaefira, and gives you a wink and a little wave to come closer. And you also see the pirate matey who did the whole boulder toss. He's looking confused at the dancing satyrs, and he's along the edge of the clearing, and he seems to be seriously considering his a dance off as being a possibility in his future.
And that's all I see, yeah.
That's all you see.
Okie dokie.
Dancing satyrs, a trio of 3 rocks in the center of the clearing, and the pirate kind of trying to sneak through, and seems to be debating whether or not he should bother with these satyrs.
Right. Well, I'm gonna scoot back to my other 2 people and tell them what I saw. Crazy guy playing a flute, and he winked at me.
So you brought his attention now that he knows there's more than one of you.
Well, not necessarily. He might just think I'm by myself and run away.
Yeah, I mean, he saw you. He was like friendly waving and motioning you forward, but he didn't seem bothered that you were there.
I still don't fancy. He's outlined in red. I really don't want to get involved.
Oh, well, that's just default.
And he's named. He's got a name.
He's yellow, okay?
Maybe we should chat to him.
Neither friend nor foe.
Hey, Paco has a name too.
Constable Judy has a name. Tito has
Do
a
we-
name.
Do we want to? I don't know. Do you want to talk to him? I feel if he only saw you, then only you should go, and then we can just sort of
I
like
think I should go talk to him then, yeah?
want to with a getting ready to run away if need be, and mind that pirate guy.
Should I approach him in Slashdance too? Do you think?
Stab the pirate guy, and then go Slashdance too.
What was that pirate guy?
Stab the pirate guy.
Oh, stab the
Right.
pirate guy. Hmm.
Sneak
Yeah,
up
but
on him.
what if that angers the flute guy?
Then we run away.
Hmm. Yeah, but the flute guy might be really, really interesting and have some super loot and an awesome quest to do.
I know your skill set. You could probably just lie your way out of it.
That's true.
Aw.
Stab
Look, he doesn't appreciate music.
him in the
There was no-
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't stab anybody. He just fell down.
This guy
right,
killed my
okay,
donkey.
So if I I'll do what Stiiv, am I not? I'm pressing the button.
I can hear you.
Oh, can you? Oh, Bonnie can hear me. You can't hear me. No, Grim's disconnected.
Oh no.
So if I sneak up behind Pirate Matey 2, then
Mhm.
and we're not in combat, are we? So I can move as far as I want. Yeah. Do I have to do a roll?
Do your stealth check. Because you're sneaking. All right, 21. That's not bad.
So I'll
Let me just make sure he doesn't roll like a nat 20 in terms of perception at this juncture and notice you sneaking.
I'm back.
Like this is totally the pirate matey's skill set, right? Yeah, he doesn't notice you.
Stop it.
I'll give him a bit of a tickle with my obsidian stiletto.
It's close
Oh,
range. Yeah, you totally hit him. And you should have had
nice one.
advantage anyhow because you like snuck up against on him.
maybe if you roll a 20.
Yeah, roll again and see if you roll a 20.
No.
Not a 20, but it's an enthusiastic hit. So you do 12 damage, and then this is the obsidian stiletto, so he has to save against getting the bleeding effect.
Save.
He fails, so he gets some blood damage.
Where's his
And
sneak attack?
he croaks.
Do I do
That's all it
sneak attack
needed.
as well?
You didn't even need the sneak attack damage because that little bit of bleeding damage was just enough to take away that last sweet hit point. So you dropped him with a stab between the ribs.
I have avenged you, Stiiv.
And his donkey.
The donkey. You
So-
shall be
So like this,
avenged.
there's Irk, and
I ran fast hammer.
I was just going there.
Oh,
Bonnie.
sorry.
You shall be avenged.
the hobgoblin pirate collapses. Shaefira is standing there with a shiny obsidian dagger in her grip, and they're the dancing satyrs. They're still dancing, but they're all looking at you now. And the one that's named, that is named, says, "I am Locrian. Dance with us, traveler, dance!"
Not very good at dancing, thank you.
So the flute playing ramps up. I'm taking time to change these satyrs so they're friendly. You guys don't get scared. Maybe I should just make them all super friendly. So they're dancing. Locrians, come dance, come closer. And he doubles down with the flute. One of them has like drums, like where his like kind of fanny pack is, and he starts, doing like the bongos as he dances.
Right, so if Shaefira dances with him, will they forget about the bloody pirate matey that I just killed, do you think?
Might be
They
a goodwill
seem the
type thing.
most bothered about whether or not you're going to dance.
I'll dance, screw it. I'll take a shot of whiskey, yeah, just to loosen me up a bit, and then I'll go dance with them.
The
Oh,
Locrian claps. Yes, dance with us. Roll a perform skill check to see how well you dance. Your hips do not lie. Locrian is so impressed.
Find a branch from a tree to pole dance around.
mm-hmm.
Lovely. What is your name? What is your name, traveler?
Shaefira.
Shaefira.
Not
Shaefira.
Shaefira.
We are friends. It's been such a busy day in the forest. You're the first one to stop to dance with us. You are my new friend.
Yeah. So what? So it's been a busy day in the forest, but so can you tell me a bit about who's been past and who hasn't stopped to dance with you?
Oh, some bandits. That fellow you just stabbed. He's quite rude not dancing. It's very, very unfriendly not to dance with strangers.
Very. Anybody else?
Oh, very angry young woman. About your height?
Red hair.
Yes. Yeah, she threatened to set us on fire, and we did a little bit of hypnotism in her general direction, and she wandered off.
Which direction did she wander off in?
The southeast, and he points to the direction that Stiiv has been pointing this entire encounter and this entire exploration area at.
We are following the directions.
He says, You've been so lovely. You're such a lovely dancer. If I'm not too forward, if I have your permission your consent to touch you, I would like to give you a boon.
Give me a what?
A boon.
A boon. Oh yeah.
Not food.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
Miss Sater, but it's not sexual. We get a bad rap.
Yeah. Oh dear. Go on then. Yeah.
I was
Go
gonna
on,
say
Steve.
that's just really awkward to just have one and refer to it like it's a pineapple. Just here's a spoon. Like that's some Jeffrey Dahmer level shit.
I'm gonna pee myself. I'm so
Uh,
lovely. What if I have consent?
Uh-oh.
I've lost the ability. Wait. Oh, wait.
Whatever it is, can I save?
No, he touches you, and you feel like this effect come over you as if you have bark skin now. Like your entire everything hardens. And you get a little woody,
Right.
a little barky.
So I look like a little leprechaun now.
Yes. Very, you have that. You look just like you do in DDO. Bark of a tree is your skin now.
Okay.
And you have that effect for, I think it's an hour. I'm checking the spell. I thought I had it as an effect, which would have been very helpful, but apparently I don't. What it means is, for the next hour, your AC cannot be less than 16.
Oh, listen.
Awesome.
All right. So if your armor, if your AC is less than 16, you can temporarily change it to 16 until the end of this session. And I guess I'll have to remember for the start of next session.
I don't know how to change it.
Go to your main page. Make a note of what your AC normally is.
Dean.
Okay, so it's normally 15. Just go to. I'll do it. I'm going to like the the drill in armor class like magnifying glass, and I'm temporarily adding in a miscellaneous bonus of 1.
Thank you.
So dancing with the satyrs made you extra hard.
Oh no! Oh gosh!
But it's not
Just
sexual.
think of that. That's what this whole session was about. Just that one line.
Oh man. That's what the whole encounter was about. And the dancing. I like the idea of dance off. So they'll certainly encourage you to dance more if you want to dance more. Or you can ask questions if you have additional questions.
So was
Well, they've told you the bandits have gone past the Spitfire. I mean, I know you can't actually hear me thinking aloud, and I have no idea what they told you, but
yeah, he's seen Spitfire, he's seen bandits. If you ask him how many number, he's probably say like a dozen. And
anybody?
He says that there were some soldiers. Some soldiers. They had green armor.
do we know that armor? Is that Saltmarsh armor?
Well, they don't look like locals, I don't think. Not the locals I've seen.
Were any of them carrying like a plush bag?
Oh, I don't think I noticed accessories.
So nobody tried to sell you anything?
No, no one tried to sell me anything, no.
Did anybody pass through with a dead body?
No, didn't see any dead bodies. That would probably have been noticeable.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't notice the specific accessories. There wasn't anything that looked especially, attractive. But they were wearing, most of them were wearing rags. Not really impressive, but just your studded leather. As you do on a weekend.
You had pajamas on a weekend.
A couple soldiers wearing green scale armor. They seem to be bossing the others about.
The bandits around.
Yes.
Were they human or a different race?
Oh, all sorts.
So like a complete mix, was there?
Well, like the little angry one was a halfling, like you.
Yeah.
Some of the bandits, I mean, different types. There are hobgoblins and humans and dwarves and... Well, there weren't any satyrs. So I guess there weren't all types. And there weren't any sea elves.
What about the guys in the green armor? What make were them?
Oh, they seemed human, yes.
Okay. Right.
Or at least
Thank you
mostly
very
human.
Mostly human. Okay. Anything stand out here about them?
Well, they were rather large. They wouldn't dance. It's rather rude.
Yeah. So were they like giants or, trolls or ogres?
Oh, not that large. No. I mean, large for like a human. Might have just been the armor. Bulky. Bulky's a better term.
Right. You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Come back, dance. Bring your friends. Dancing's fabulous.
I'll just go see if I can catch up to them, and
we'll be here until midnight. Then we have a bit of a party back with fairies. Must drop in. You know how it is.
I'll go back to me Kymir and
They
Stiiv.
wave you bye-bye. Bye, Shaefira.
Bye.
Whenever, wherever.
Right then. So I'll tell obviously Stiiv and Kymir what everybody said, what they said.
Okay. So they're saying that there's a bunch of soldiers involved with the bandits.
Oh yeah, that scab guy was wearing emerald claw armor.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, I guess all we can do is just keep going and see if we can catch up with them and, give them a bit of a, well, I don't know, see what the hell's going on.
You see
See
the beyond the clearing, the trees are a little bit not as dense here. You can't really see well through them, but you can see that there's a path where you could potentially meander through the trees, but you wouldn't be able to ride your donkeys. It's a little bit too rocky and tree-y for that, but you can also continue to follow the road.
Mm.
Is Stiiv still draped over the donkey?
Yes, I think so. Have
Yeah,
you
he
been
was
eating
napping.
bacon the whole time?
No, he was
Yeah.
napping. Just laid there and eventually was like, oh, warm donkey thigh.
You could treat this donkey time as a short rest, Steve, if you want to spend any hit dice.
I will gladly do that.
Because it took a little while for Shaefira to dance and parlay with the satyrs. And you can check that off under your rare encounters in the wilderness now.
Where the hell's that?
Shaefira has completed one rare encounter. An extra 274 XP.
Ooh,
Ooh.
ka-ching.
If you find all the rares, there's another bonus too. Of course, I rolled like complete doo-doo.
So Steve, you're slightly refreshed.
I have more than 7 hit points.
Did you spend all your HD?
Sure did.
Oh. Plump it up. Your legs seem to work now. There's a little pop
No,
in your
they don't.
knee, but otherwise,
No,
you don't think there are any bones broken anymore.
Yeah, no, he's still staying on the back of the donkey.
Is he still like flat on his stomach, draped?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Better be safe than sorry. Okay, adjust yourselves accordingly if you're following the path.
Yeah. Following the road still, yeah.
Well, if Stiiv can walk now.
You don't know that.
Boot him off.
No. Well, you are providing lumbar support, so.
I was gonna say you just came back to me snoring.
So you reach a certain point in the path where you saw past the cave where the giant ants disappeared with their peaches. The whole area to the east is kind of cupped. Are you like hurriedly rearranging yourself just in case there's a rock that falls on it?
So we start moving and suddenly you start talking, he's like, nope, go back.
Circle the donkeys! So, like, to the east, it's like a cliff of rock. To the west is the clearing you left that had the dancing satyrs. There's a more open forest to the west. It is littered with rocks, and it seems to be going in a rise up a hill. And there seems to be more rocks to the west as you move further south. Kymir, a roll of perception in the tower.
Okay.
You see there's a little bit of rubble on the road here, but far less than you encountered at Rock Rain Pass. So you think that the mountainside here, the cliffside, is far more stable than the previous pinch point that you traveled through. And you think you can start to smell sea air. It's getting saltier.
Okay.
In between snores, there's a whispered, "I told you guys it was this way."
All right, Stiiv.
Yeah, but we couldn't cut through, so. Oh, apart from that one bit where you want to got squished by a big rock, but never mind. I'll just keep talking.
Shaefira and Stiiv, adjust yourselves. Now everybody roll perception in the tower. Kymir.
DM.
You have a split second.
Oh.
You notice that you guys are not alone, that there are figures in the bushes.
Ambush! And I shout that out loud.
You spot several pirate scouts along the lead, and you see a flash of red. And there's a rumbling sound. The DM says as she scrambles to find what she's looking for.
3 pirates and an annoying halfling. Not you.
And
Yeah.
and you say, as you scream ambush, you see a shower of tiny flaming meteors come raining down on the party from the direction of one Spitfire Cardigan as she cackles with glee on the cliffside. So 2 of them come streaking down on you. One within 5 feet of you, Kymir, but because you spotted it, you'll get advantage on any dex saving throws. The other is flying right onto Shaefira and Stiiv on the donkey. So everybody make a dexterity saving throw. Kymir, you do it with advantage.
Nice knowing you guys again.
Stiiv!
Everybody failed.
Well, shoot.
So you take up. This is actually not so bad for you, Kymir, because it's fire damage.
Okay.
And it's not that bad. Shaefira takes 5 fire damage. Stiiv takes 5 fire damage. And you should take half of what I roll. So you should take 3. Pew, pew, pew!
Okay.
Now roll initiative.
You're it, Stiiv.
Wow. That's the first time that Shaefira has ever rolled badly on initiative ever.
It is.
I
isn't
know.
it? It is.
Pirate scouts are letting off a volley. The first guy, he shoots 2 arrows at Stiiv. The first one hits with a dirty 20. And as the arrow hits Stiiv in his ass, he realizes that it's a flaming arrow. There's a little bit of a burn. The second arrow hits him as well, because I forgot Stiiv has 11 AC, right?
And
And it does 4 damage for that one. So he's taken a total of 15 damage from flame arrows in the ass.
Oh, donkey.
The next pirate scout shoots 2 arrows at Shaefira. The first one hits with a dirty 20. Doing 7 damage. And the second misses with an 8. Then the last pirate scout shoots at Kymir. Hits with a 22 unless you catch it. So wait, remind me what this number is. 10 is the magic number?
It's 1d10 plus my dex modifier plus my monk class. So if it's under 8, I have to do a 1d10 to add to my 8 score to counteract
Okay,
the damage.
so if I roll 8 or higher, you'll have to roll something to see if you catch it.
If it's less than 8, then it doesn't do all.
Okay, let me see if I roll high. I do not roll high enough, so you automatically catch it.
That's what Steve said. Yeah, I know.
So you catch the first arrow. And
Yeah,
is that, that's a
not gonna
reaction,
spend it.
right? So you can do it
Yes.
once per round. So you caught the first arrow, and he tries to shoot a second arrow at you. And that hits with a 16.
Okay, I can't do it again then.
Right. So the second does 6 damage because you partially resist, like you absorb the fire damage completely. And now it's Stiiv's turn.
okay. So since this is clearly unpleasant, Stiiv will slide off the donkey. And I assume I have line of sight at least on some of these pirate people that have shot me in the ass.
Yeah, you can kind of see the pirate guys peeking out from the bushes. They are partially covered, so it's a -2 to do like a ranged kind of deal to them.
What about Spitfire?
But Spitfire, I think she's pretty visible. She's just pretty far away. So I think so I think that's like what? About 90 feet away. But she is fairly visible through the bushes. Or I guess that bush completely does obscure her as well. So she's also partially obscured. But you can tell where the meteors came from.
That's nice.
So if it's a thing where you just have to know where they are, like a sacred flame, then you totally know where she is. Even if you can't see her.
It'll slide off the donkey. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me, Kymir's donkey. Stand in front of Kymir's donkey. Rub his hands together. Build up a little static charge. And then do a pelvic thrust. And cast lightning bolt from his balls.
Kabu!
should have had you dancing.
Man, you should have stood behind the donkey.
So Pirate Scout 3, Pirate Scout 1, and Spitfire.
All in line with the lightning bolt that comes bristling
All-
from Steve's balls.
All gonna get some cock lightning. And Spitfire saves. Damn it. Oh well.
Oh,
Still gonna leave a mark. Just a little bit.
I need to check one thing about Spitfire. Nothing. Wait.
as many as possible.
Okay, nothing.
Apparently, Jeebus.
So you killed the two scouts outright with your lightning bolt. And you did a big shock of damage, 11 damage to Spitfire.
Let's be real. It's not a big shock of damage. It's damage.
And she is like, "Ah!" And you hear her yelling like, "Ooh, flames? Flames coming out the side of my face?"
And he's gonna put both of his hands up as his bonus action and go, "You ain't the only one with spells, bitch." And since that is 65 feet away, that was the action. He has a bonus action.
Okay, bonus.
And 10 feet away. Boop.
Toby poops into sight, waves from a distance.
And Toby, even though he's only 60 feet into the 65-foot range, Toby has a 10-foot reach. So he's going to reach around a tree and slap her.
Oh, wait a second. While you're doing that, I'm going to do the concentration save. Okay, she's safe.
Yeah, no, he's not.
So Toby tries to fondle Spitfire, but fumbles. Bush gets in his way, or in its way. Toby thought this
Tries
is really
to
gendered.
recover, make it look like a Z snap.
Yeah, like
No, you didn't.
You're not the only one with magic, bitch.
And that's his turn.
That's Steve's turn.
That's Steve.
Kymir.
Starting place.
Steve just electrocuted a bunch of things.
Right, if I go to there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that scout hidden behind the?
Yeah, that scout's
Damn
kind of
rock.
behind a rock. Do a -2 to hit them
Shit.
from range. You can see Spitfire a little bit better from that vantage point.
Yeah, but I've only got a 30-foot range.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not quite, unfortunately.
All right.
Okay.
You zap the pirate scout with your bolt, doing 6 damage.
I'm going to spend a key point and try and do 2 more sunbolts.
Oh, that gif is perfect.
Ah, well. 2 out of 3 is not bad, as Meatloaf says.
So you did a total of 10 damage to that scout this turn. He looks bloodied.
That is me done.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, sorry.
You forwarded it at the same time I forwarded it. Shaefira!
Okay. I feel like I need to eat some jam or something.
You want
I
to move
feel
at all?
like-
You can eat and move at the same time.
Yeah.
You can dash as a bonus action.
Do I want to get closer to the red-haired halfling though? That's the question.
But we need to kill her.
Mm. Sorry, I'm dithering. I really don't like that Spitfire. Right, I'll
Decision making going on from this other day.
I
Yeah.
go. That's what the fucking problem is. Oh bollocks! Right, okay. I'll dash over to here. Right.
Okay, you're in the bushes.
And I've got line of sight to Spitfire.
It would be a -2 because of the shrubbery in the way.
Maybe I'll just eat some jam. Because I reckon she's going to set the shrubbery on fire around me. Anyway, so I need the hit points. So.
Kymir hears you say that and go, what?
And that's me done.
Okay, so you ate jam and moved. A walking snack.
Priorities.
So Spitfire knows that she's like, tentacle, whatever. And she's moving forward. And she chucks a couple more meteors, but she's aiming them all at Stiiv. Because that's where the lightning came from. So Stiiv, make your deck save twice.
Oh dear.
Okay, you save the first time. You save both times. Which I probably should have done the damage twice. Like,
This is a spell I haven't seen since second edition.
okay, so you take 9 damage, Stiiv.
Ow.
And Spitfire's very disappointed that you are not exploded yet. She still has 2 little meteors floating around her head.
I'll admit, I'm a bit surprised myself.
It is Pirate Scout 2's turn. He's like, he saw all these people get electrocuted, and he's like, oh, hell no. So he's running off into the bushes. And out of sight.
My homies don't know I got a gat in the bushes.
Stiiv, it's back to you.
Back to me. Well, let's see. Well, first thing we're gonna do as a bonus action is move Toby up and get him to a more appropriate size.
Time we've just got this image of Toby getting extremely large and slapping her on the head.
That's basically what's happening.
That's good to me.
All right. Fondle
There it is.
positioning. And you hit. She's going to be slowed.
Let's see how she likes some cold damage.
She takes it. She's like, shiver, shiver. So cold. I'm like Kate Bush in the video.
Which video? Wuthering Heights?
Yeah, Wuthering Heights. She's like, she grabs her arms and she's shaking. She is not like susceptible to cold damage though. She takes it as a normal person.
Yeah, it's more for stylistic.
But good job, Tobithoth.
We're gonna point some finger guns at her and in a very angry nerd voice shout, "Pew pew!" and fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts. Now, is she still in cover?
She is still
Can she
partially
move
covered by
to-
shrubbery. So if it's a ranged attack, magical attack, -2. Leaves burst up in the air. The second one hits with a 23.
Hold on.
Now, does Eldritch
Oh,
Blast
no.
work in a continuous line like lightning, or is it just like it
No,
hits a
no.
target and it stops?
It's just a think Eldritch Magic Missile, except it can miss.
Okay.
And dump.
All right, so 7 damage to Spitfire.
And
You hear her squeal with displeasure. Oh, and let me roll a concentration check again.
twice.
First time she saved. Second time breaks her concentration, and the 2 remaining meteorites that she had go poof.
Fuck you, Melf. And then he runs behind this rock. And he's spent.
And scene. Kymir.
I'm just going to run over here and hit her. Ah!
You're so excited to finally be face to face with this halfling who caused you so much damage
Ah!
that you fumble.
Twice!
Yeah. The dice are
I've
cruel
got
mistress.
got a bit of movement left. Hang on. What's my speed? I can move over there.
All right, but we're next to her, so she gets an attack of opportunity
Oh, she does. Yeah, okay.
as a reaction. But I think that only counts for that's only melee attacks, right? Or is it magical?
It's
I have
only
no
magical
idea.
if she has the Warcaster feat.
Which she doesn't. So she tries to dagger you as you move away. And she stabs you with an 18. So you get little 4 points of damage.
Okay. I can cope with that.
Chicken! Bark, bark! But that's you?
That is me, yes.
Okay. Shaefira.
Yeah, I think I'll maybe shoot an arrow at her.
Okay, it'll be a -2 shooting through the shrubbery.
How do I do -2, or just gonna take minus off?
It's the little button at the bottom left. There should be like an advantage, disadvantage, then a +2, -2, +5, -5.
Yeah, I'm pointing it.
I definitely clicked the
You
disadvantage
did it,
thing.
and it didn't
It
matter
shows.
because you rolled so freaking high that you still got a 23. So you do 5 damage with your arrow.
Yeah.
Alas, there's no sneak attack damage because nobody's flanking her right now.
Stayed put.
But
No.
she does look bloodied.
Brilliant. I'm going to move here.
All right. What does Spitfire want to do?
Make out with a tentacle.
She is going to. She's mad.
Wow.
She's mad. She moves. She has 15 feet of 15 feet of movement because she is chilled. But she's gonna move forward, and she is going to firebolt at Kymir. She hits him with a 24. And it's partially resisted, so it only does 5 damage. And that is her.
Go, Stiiv, do it!
Top of the order, Stiiv!
Okay. Well, it's first, let's deal with the bonus action. Toby pursues Spitfire. Aggressive fondling.
She gets fondled up the back. Fondled from
For some
behind.
damage.
Slowed again next turn. And you hear her squeal, "Stop touching me!"
Stop running. And let's do some vectors here. That's not gonna happen. Well, maybe. Yeah. I can make that.
What's Stiiv doing?
Running out from the rock.
I have to just say that I work with someone
So
called
he can
Stiiv,
get a clear line of sight.
and I shouted Stiiv at him in the office the other day.
Say, "Hey, Stiiv!"
We can get a line of sight around the shrubbery. And draw the finger guns again and pew pew.
Oh, yeah.
So you hit her with an 18.
Ugh. One more though.
You hit with both.
That's what I'm talking
And you
about.
drop her
Oh,
with the
yes.
second Eldritch Blast.
You ain't special, bitch.
You were just bloody lucky.
You make me so mad! And then she splats.
Yay.
The one surviving scout has managed to run off through the forest.
We don't care about him.
But you
He's
drop
fine.
Spitfire. Now, the last thing we'll do in this session is give you a chance to loot the bodies, if you want to loot the bodies.
Oh, I think we should.
Most definitely.
I want to see if she has a spell book.
Carrying Gallon Prime Water, in which case, no, I'm not fussed.
Oh gosh. You know, something I didn't prepare for the parcel would be a spell book.
Well, it depends. It depends if she was a wizard or a sorcerer. If she was a sorcerer, she wouldn't have one.
She
But if she was a
is.
wizard,
She is a wizard.
well,
So
that's
you can consider that you
great
have
opportunity.
acquired a spell book that has the spells that you have seen cast during your encounters with her. So most minute meteors and fireball,
Yeah,
firebolt,
that's it. And firebolt. Yeah, yeah. None
and
of which are helpful.
the other one that she has used in encounter with you is I'm pretty sure Dimension Door.
She did.
I'll say
Which
she has
one is
Dimension
it?
Door, and I will also say she has haste and mage armor.
Well, mage armor might be. I don't think so, but maybe. Yeah, no. So that'll give you a week to fill out her spellbook.
Maybe I should just give you loot next week so I can put it all together.
Okay. That works.
Alrighty.
Okay then.
Well, thank you,
So
everybody.
it's just gonna make a note on my notes that you owe us some loot.
I owe you some loot.
Yes, please.
Shaefira, you've got like about 15 minutes left on your bark skin.
Right, okay.
But
We
make a
are
note that the staters are there until midnight. It's probably about mid-afternoon now.
Okay.
we are screwed.
And, I might have hinted. There is a shrine somewhere in this damn forest.
Yeah, but it's fucking avoided. It's probably
Which
in the
you
cave with
guys-
all the giant ants.
You have expertly avoided the shrine.
Typical.
If you look at the exploration map and what you have explored,
Just gone all the way around
The
it.
shrine is right there.
it's either in that cave with the
Yep.
ants or it's in one of these three little blobs.
My wager is it's right where that green circle is.
Oh, okay, I need to go.
I shall.
Where that
see you
green
next
circle
time.
is? Wait, no, that's a shrub.
Thank you for that. Very enjoyable.
Alrighty, thanks everyone.
We'll see you next week.
Pew!
Thrilling installment.
The thrilling next. Will they be okay?
Oh God.
Who
Well,
knows?
you know.
As
Whee!
long as they're not handing out poons.
And as long as there's no more boulders.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. Speak to you later.
Thank you. Bye, Steve.
Bye.
Ta-ta. Bye, Steve. Don't die.
Try-
Literally.
Avoid
Yeah.
boulders. It's a rock and roll lifestyle.